Hi friends, I'm Laura and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you my 2022 memory keeping plans. My 2022 memory keeping plans are simple, flexible, and in alignment with my one little word for this year. I recently shared a video talking about my one little word, which is slowly, for 2022, and I really wanted that word, not just the word, but everything behind it, the heart behind it, the philosophy behind it, the hopes behind it. I really want to intertwine that with everything that I take on this year and to really be evaluating what things I'm taking on. And so I did a lot of reflection on that and how I could keep my 2022 plans in alignment with my one little word. So let's talk about my 2022 memory keeping plans and how all of these things are kind of working together. So we are currently living in a hotel. We've been living in a hotel, my husband and I and our dog, for the last 2 months, more than 2 months. And we're here for the short-term foreseeable future while our home is undergoing repairs from a flood. So the construction company that's been working on our house actually packaged up all of our belongings, put them into storage, and we have no access to them until the home is repaired and our stuff gets returned into the house. So all we have is a small amount of things that we took to the hotel with us. And it's a pretty small hotel suite, so it's not like we had a ton of room. So I don't have access to most of my craft supplies, and everything that I have going on, which I talked about a lot in the one little word video, has really played a fundamental part in informing what I'm choosing to take on this year for my memory keeping. So let's dive into what I'm doing. First, we have the one little word journal, and I am so excited about this. This is going to be my first year really kind of following the format of the one little word prompts, workshop, the journal, and that's exciting for me. Typically, in previous years, I would just mix in my one little word stuff with whatever memory keeping I was doing for the year, whether it be project life or traveler's notebook or traditional scrapbooking. And so I would just incorporate that into what I was already doing. And I never really followed along with the prompts, workshop, or like monthly things that the workshop was created to be reflecting on. And so I went into one of my groups. I'm in a group on Facebook that's like a trade group for Allie Edwards products. And a few months ago, when I was having to pack up the whole house for going into storage indefinitely, I got rid of a ton of my stuff. I went in that group and I gave a ton of it away and sent it out to people. And I mean, I still kept my most favorite things, which I'm excited to use, but I was downsizing a little bit. And I went in that group and I was like, hey, by chance, does anybody have a one little word journal that they aren't using? And there was such a generous woman in the group who said, hey, I have the one little word journal, I will send it to you. I'm loving that. I'm loving the generosity, the gift, and really wanting to utilize that well. So I was really excited to get this journal because it has all of the prompts in it. I don't know if you'll actually be able to see. Oh, here's a page I filled out already, so maybe you can see that. We've got the table of contents here, and on the table of contents, you can see that every month has different prompts, and there's spots for you to answer the questions that follow along with the workshop, places to put in your monthly goals, reflections, your definition of your one little word, a monthly self-portrait. This journal right here has everything in it that I need to do the one little word project, and it was gifted to me out of the generosity of someone's heart. And so I was really excited for that, and I think it aligns so well with my 2022 goals and with my 2022 one little word. So this is the first project that I'm going to be doing for memory keeping this year. It is my one little word journal. And it's coil bound. I didn't even know they made them like this. I thought they were just stitched on the spine, So I'm not sure what year this is. I know it's not last year or this year because both of those are stitched up the spine. So I'm guessing this is like a 2019 journal maybe, or somewhere right around there, those years. Um, so I'm not sure if it's up to date with like the latest stuff that Allie is doing in her workshop or with what the journal looks like right now. But I am so excited to be doing my one little word in this little notebook here. And it's such a great way to keep things confined for me, to have one small space to do the project in consistently every month, having that format all laid out already for me to answer the questions and check in on a regular basis. And it's a way to keep this project really simple for me, I think. A friend recently asked me if I was going to do mixed media or a 6x8 album and basically what I wanted to do. And I thought about all the things that were really pulling at me creatively. Like, I want to go and try all the things. I love the mixed media stuff and I love the 6x8 album, and I was like, I would love to do that. But all of my supplies are in storage. All my paints, all my mixed media supplies, all my extra albums, page protectors. And so it would require me to go out and buy a ton of new stuff in order to use any of those formats for my project this year. And so because I had the offer of this being sent to me, I decided this was going to be the best approach, the best way I could honor my one little word moving into this project and my goals for the year. And I'm really excited to be doing this. My first time ever doing one little word in its own like separate entity and really following along with the monthly prompts. So that's my first project of the year. Now let's talk about general memory keeping. The format that I really wanted to dive into this year was 9x12 Project Life. It's a size and a format that I have done before in a previous year, and I really enjoyed it. And last year I was doing 8.5x11 size, and I wanted something that was just a little bit bigger and a little bit more standard, because it's been pretty hard actually for me in the 8.5x11 size album to get everything printed off, because I have for the last 6-7 years been printing in Project Life standard sizes. So all my photos have been 4x6 or 3x4 size. And when using this 8.5x11 size album, all of the photos are smaller than that. They actually are not the same ratio as the 3x4 ratio or the 3x2 ratio, and they aren't the same size. Like, this is like 2 inches and some odd, and this is 3 inches and some odd, instead of being a straight 3x4. And because I've spent so many years sizing and printing my photos for the standard Project Life size, it's been difficult for me to adapt, because these page protectors are a lot different, the sizes are a lot different, and I always have to go in and do the math when converting like 1.75 inches into 300 pixels per inch to do all my printing. So I really wanted to return to a more common size of Project Life, and I wanted to do something a little bit bigger when thinking about 2022. And so that led me to the 9x12 size. However, my word this year is slowly. And part of slowly for me is not rushing ahead and jumping into new projects, really staying in the present, thinking about what's already on my plate. And I still have 10 months to catch up on in my 2021 Project Life album. If I wanted to do 9x12, I would have to go out and buy a new album, buy new page protectors, all of this stuff that I don't want to do because it's not in alignment with my word for this year or my goals for this year. I really want to use what I have where I can and not rushing ahead to start new things, take on new commitments or new projects when there's still stuff in the present that needs tending to. And when I look at my 2021 Project Life album, the 8.5x11 size, I am 10 months behind. I was so busy last year with graduate school, starting my career, getting my state licensure, planning a wedding, getting married. We had so much stuff going on. I am so behind on this album. And so before I thought about going out and buying all this 9x12 size stuff for 2022, I decided that the wisest thing I could do and the way I could really work with my one little word slowly this year was to really take the project I already have the supplies for on hand that I brought with me to the hotel, this project that is half finished, and actually finish it, actually complete it before moving to the next year. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I hope to do 9 by 12 Project Life this year, but I am not fully committed to it until our stuff is out of storage, until I catch up on last year's album. So really my plans for this year are extremely simple. They are to finish my 2021 Project Life album, to do my one little word journal that I showed you, and then hopefully if both of those things are going well, I can consider how I want to move forward with a 2022 Project Life album. I do know that I want to stick with the Project Life format though, and I'm pretty excited about it. So that's what I've got. As you can see, some of my plans are pretty structured, like how I'm doing one little word. But the rest of my plans are pretty flexible, and they're focusing on using what I have, where I am, and just being okay with this season that I'm in, instead of trying to go out and force things to happen right now when the truth is I don't need any more on my plate right now. So that's what I'm doing this year, or what I hope to be doing. I would love to hear what your 2022 plans are for memory keeping. Are you doing Project Life, traditional scrapbooking? Are you art journaling? Are you doing one little word? I want to know. Let me know in the comments down below what your plans are for this year, or if any part of this video spoke to you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you will consider subscribing if you want to see all of the videos I have sharing my creativity this year and in previous years. There are so many videos on my channel if you want to check out all of my past projects, and I'll have plenty more videos headed your way. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye friends.